Alright, today we're back in the shop. Today we've got a project to do on this 2000 XJ. The guy has just a 3-inch spacer block in the springs. That's not good enough for him anymore. He wants to improve everything. So today we're going to install Metalcloak upper and lower adjustable control arms. We're going to put in some 3.5-inch springs. And everything that I do to this 2000 XJ is the same as the TJs, which would be 06 back all the way to 97, I believe it is. So 97 to 06 will all be the same as this Cherokee. So let me show you what we're going to put in this. We got them back here on the floor. So as I said, Metalcloak goodness. Everything's gold. The upper control arm's adjustable, lower, and some 3.5-inch springs. So he doesn't want to do anything to the back of this Cherokee. He's got some longer shackles in the back, and he's got some out-of-leaf. I got to come out of this sweatshirt. It's getting hot in here. So once again with this project, we got to take the lower control arms off, the upper control arms off. We got to undo the sway bars. We have to take the track bar loose, and we're going to pull these springs out. And this is the block we're going to replace. It's a 3-inch block. The bad thing about this 3-inch block is all it does is space everything down, so you don't get any of your correct geometry. That's what the upper and lower adjustable control arms will do. We can rock that caster back. And actually, I was going to show you a while ago, but this tire sits about right here. We're going to move that thing forward maybe a 1/2 inch to 1 inch to give him some more room for some tires. We can do that since we can adjust those control arms out. Maybe not. Break it loose a different way. Gravity, washer gravity. Jack stand under it. I think I'm going to move this one. Since I'm working on that lower control arm, we'll move it over here so I can get to the bolts.
They should come standard with quick disconnects.
And we really should put quick disconnects on this. Today we are not going to replace this track bar. It is ordered. I don't have it today. So after we do this, then I'll add to this video to show that we're going to put an adjustable track bar on there. So why you need the adjustable track bar is when you pull this down, this axle swings over on an arc. So when everything's all lifted, this tire will stick out further than this one. So you use an adjustable track bar to line everything back in the center. All right, now we got to take the shocks loose. That one wasn't even tight. All right, to the other side. So we're not going to change out the shocks with this this conversion neither. The guy has already got some extended shocks because of the spacers, and he doesn't want to change that right now.
How many miles you put on a day? Walking back and forth for tools.
That's why I have my toolbox here.
And this is going to fight me. The flag nut on this side has bent and it's turning with the bolt. The flag nut being on this side. It's got a little hook right here, and if it don't catch right here, it spins all the way around, which is what it's doing. See how it's popping out?
Yeah.
There we go.
I believe it's about to blow, Kevin.
Yep. This ain't gonna help. Just like everything else, whenever we get started on something, these Harbor Freight hoses, I like a lot of the Harbor Freight tools, their Icon line and all that, but the hose that comes on this hose reel, this is about the third time I've had to replace this thing, so it's one of those things you have to do on a daily basis. Eventually I'll buy a better hose. All right, back in business. Now I don't know what to do with the socket that was in my hand. Okay.
All right, well, I'll see you when I get down to the grocery store.
Okay.
All right, love you, bye.
All right, love you, bye. The real boss. Don't look at me like you don't know. You, yes, I'm talking to the viewer. You know. Man, that one wanted to fight.
One upper control line. Out.
All right, so now drop this side down, and we'll pull that spring out. I hate spacers. So I got the nut out. Well, Craftsman, there's a trip to get that fixed.
Yeah, this Jeep is not giving anything for free. Having to work every little thing.
How many of you have done this? Now we can get this spring out. A piece of metal in my finger. I lost my pry bar. It's hanging up over here. All right, I got a comparison here of what we're taking out. The factory spring versus the Metalcloak. This is a dual rate spring. So this has got one rate on it. This compresses solid. So whenever it flexes, your spring will never fall out. All right, after doing a little bit of sketchy stuff, we got the springs in here. That was not fun, but I don't have a spring compressor. I've never had to use one, but we got it in there. So now I got to take this other control arm off. So we got our upper links, and Metalcloak, if you go to their site and their instructions, they give you a starting point of the measurements that you need to do. On this one, I think minimum is 14.880 and maximum is 15.63. So we're gonna go center to center, about 16.25 is where we're gonna start at, and then we'll adjust from there. Because I do want to pull that front axle forward a little bit. So right there is 16.25. So that's where we're going to start from. All right, let's get this other one started. All right, now we'll use ratchet straps to pull this axle around so we can get the bolts in. All right, let me go get another ratchet strap for the other side. Take these up. Nut gravity. Alright, so I think we about got it. So Metalcloak sends some new bolts for the upper control arms. They're a little bit longer bolts because the metal is a lot thicker here. All right, now we get to tackle the other one.
Beautiful.
Just like so. All right, so now let's tackle the lowers. We'll do one lower at a time instead of doing them both. You can't really read it hardly, but snap-on tools, and they're not busting them neither. All right, we'll get uglier. And I'm not a tool snob. This breaker bar is SK.
Jump, Paul.
Let's go ahead and break the other side loose while we're at it. We just won't take the bolts out yet.
Whoa.
Wrench gravity. I didn't need that back anyway.
Telling you guys, this Jeep is fighting for everything it's worth.
Some days are like that. So the front lowers, we're gonna go about 16 and an eighth. Should put us where we want to be. And these is offset, so you want it in the Jeep just like that. You want the high point of the joint here to the top, so it's nice and flat on the bottom. All right, now let's get the other side in.
Kevin, you're in the way of the shop, man.
Get the shot, by all means, get the shot. It was just a complete repeat of the other side, so go watch it again. All right, so we've gone as far as we can go. I can't tighten those bolts up yet. The vehicle really needs to be on its own weight before you tighten up the control arm bolts. So that's it for now, and we'll continue this video in a couple of days when the adjustable track bar comes in. We'll get it in, finish out this video. All right, so it's the next day, actually 2 days later. I have the adjustable track bar that we're gonna put on this XJ. We're gonna take the old one off. So I've gotta get this end off here, which is right here. I've gotta get the cotter pin and everything out from in there, take the nut off, and I'll drop the track bar. So I'm in the shop by myself today, so I'll try to keep up with this the best I can. So I got the cotter pin out, take the castle nut off the top. Just like that. And to get this to pop loose, we'll hit this with a hammer right about here, and that shock should make this track bar fall out. Just like that, that's how it comes out. So for the track bar length, I'm gonna go about 3/8 of an inch longer than the factory one, and we'll see where that gets us. I'm sure we'll have to adjust from there, but we'll go ahead and adjust about 3/8 of an inch long. Factory looks like it's about 31 and a half. So about 31 and 7/8 thereabouts. So we'll start there and see what we can come up with. All right, so back to the front. This hole here on the passenger side where the track bar goes, I have to drill that out to 9/16. And where the track bar come out, I've got to drill this taper out to 5/8 of an inch. That'll fit the new bolts that came with the track bar, and everything should go in okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get this hole drilled. Remember, safety glasses. Anytime you're doing something like this, protect your eyes. You only get 2. Good to go for that one. Now we'll drill this other one. Good to go. It comes with a new flag nut, so we'll put that on the back side. But I've got to pull this axle over before I can get this to go in. All right, so I put some weight on the jack stands, and I'm about half a hole. So I don't have to pull the axle very far over. I'll use some ratchet straps to pull it over. We'll get that bolt in there. And there it is. That's installed. We'll get it back on the ground on its own weight, and we will measure to see if the axle is in the center and adjust it right here to center the axle up. So while it's in the air, I'm going to go ahead and bolt the shocks back up, both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and hook up the sway bar links, and then we'll put it on the ground. And we'll start measuring everything that we need to measure to get everything centralized. We'll get the axle squared up. We'll get the axle center to center, side to side, and then we'll work on getting the steering wheel back center as well. Alright guys, so I got the lift on this Cherokee on the front. It's completely done. New adjustable track bar, adjustable front, upper and lower control arms. And I put sway bar disconnects. The customer wanted to use the original sway bars, but they were too short. They were hitting the springs, so we did have to go with the disconnects. To get the disconnects to work on a Cherokee, on a TJ, the sway bar is above the frame. So whenever you disconnect and pull them up, it works fine. On the Cherokee, the sway bar is below the frame. So this comes up and hits right here. So what I did was I put these Metalcloak brackets up to hold it up, but I had to put some standoffs behind it and space it out so this would clear the sway bar. So with all that being said, we'll get it off the lift, get it out in the yard, show you a side view of it, see how it looks with the rear. The rear has add-a-leafs and it's got extended leaf spring shackles. So we'll show you the level of this thing with the 3.5 inch Metalcloak lift. All right guys, so there you go. This is basically for the XJ guys, lift on the front end. TJ guys, your lift is exactly the same. This was a really fun project to do. I think the customer's really gonna like this ride. So if you like this video, please leave me a comment down below and keep watching the videos. I think the next video is when we're gonna announce when we're gonna give away the Scottle. So keep watching guys, and I appreciate it. After getting the Cherokee lift on, it seems to drive really well. It doesn't pull, everything fit real well. Very happy with the way this lift ended up on this XJ.